The Herb Middleton and Friends Comedy Blast Peace Tour is coming to St. Louis to spread joy, laughter, and hope to those affected by gun violence. We have the organizers with us, Dr. Marty K. Casey and Miss Erica Jones. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having us,
Oh
Jade.
my goodness, it is such an honor and privilege. You know, I'm one of your biggest fans.
Oh.
Yes, and I'm so glad to have you here
you.
too. So I'll let everyone else know. They're not going to understand how excited I am. Tell us a little bit more about the Herb Middleton and Friends project. Who's Herb? Is that your friend?
Herb is my friend, and I'm Herb's friend. I met Herb last year in Philadelphia at a women's conference, and he was doing a segment called "Make Music Great Again." So I had an opportunity. I know, right? So I had an opportunity to talk to him about that, and we have been collaborating ever since. I do a one-woman show, Jade, about my life, and I actually brought Herb to St. Louis, and he played on the piano for me. And so when he found out about all of the community work that I was doing, and this opportunity came up where he partnered with another gentleman who is actually our executive producer on the Herb Middleton and Friends Comedy Blast. He called me and said, Marty, you got to be a part of this. We need you to come in as one of the producers. Because of the work that we are doing, what this stands for, we want to address all of the excessive gun violence and all of the loss of people's children throughout our country, throughout our nation. So we understand that this has to be a tour. And I told them, yes, I'm willing to come on board. However, because of what we went through here in St. Louis, and we're coming up on the 5th anniversary of Ferguson, it must start here.
Absolutely.
Because when everything happened in Ferguson, it seemed like there was just like a loud sound that just went off across the world, and everybody knew and they've heard of that. And as we go from city to city and we're spreading love and joy and we're trying to bring unity back into our community, we want to start right here. And they said yes to that, and so here we are. We're coming in, and so this is to give back to all of the mothers who have lost a loved one. And Erica Jones happened to be someone that I've been working with closely in the community. Her baby, unfortunately, was murdered actually 1 year after Mike Brown. So her daughter was murdered in the month of August as well. And so I just thought that it was very fitting for Erica to be here to speak on behalf of all of the mothers.
Yes, and this was the same year, Erica?
It's actually a year later.
A year later.
I am a year and a day later
for your loss.
Thank
and this
you.
is the gun violence also?
Yes, it is.
So for you stepping forward, this is probably a heavy time right now as we're coming up on the anniversaries of Michael Brown. What was your daughter's name?
My daughter's name was Whitney Brown.
Whitney Brown.
Yes, she was 24. Just the life. Joyous person to be around. She was going to school to be a nurse. She worked 2 jobs. First apartment, first car, first child.
All right, baby girl.
So she was, the thing that she loved most was her son, making sure that he was provided for, well educated. When he grew up, he know exactly who he was, where he came from, you know, being that young man that she would be proud of. So, you know, even though I lost her, I'm making sure that I carry on what she would have wanted him to do and be like. So
absolutely. It sounds like she had hopes and plans for the future. She was going for something greater.
Definitely. And she was going to be a nurse, so her thing was definitely of giving back.
Was this accidental or?
It was, the detectives told us it was mistaken identity. Is majority of what a lot of mothers face. Mistaken identity, don't know. And it can happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone.
When we're going to talk a little bit more about the project, but this coming at a time like this where we're mourning, we're hurting, being able to have something that brings hope and joy is so imperative. And I believe I can't imagine how helpful that could be for you right now.
It's a blessing. You know, I am truly grateful for Dr. Marty even inviting us, because a lot of us mothers don't have time to laugh, don't have time to really do things that we really want to do, because we still at that stage of, why did it happen to our baby?
That's the biggest question.
So we look you know, for things to do, I am also
Yeah.
doing the same thing for mothers as well,
That's
giving
right.
back.
That's right. Well, just by stepping forward. There's more on the Herb Middleton and Friends Comedy Blast Peace Tour coming up right after this break. Stay with us for more STL Live.